All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are live here with everybody in Charlotte, and I've been so excited for this episode. Thank you for flying in yesterday to Charlotte to be here. But we have the Dennis Reed.
Yeah, man.
He does it all. We were just talking about how hard it is to think of every single one of your amazing titles, but co-founder of Sainted Trap Choir, which you guys have probably seen on America's Got Talent. They were at the Super Bowl recently. He's a Grammy Award-winning producer. He's a nonprofit owner. I mean, literally does it all. And then on top of that, he's also one of my best friend's fiancés. So all these good things. Thank you for being here on our episode.
Hey, I'm hyped to be here with Meredith Dean. You already know how it is. Y'all know how to do.
Oh,
Everybody
in Charlotte.
you know.
Oh, well, tell me about what you're feeling right now. I feel like you're such a pride point for Charlotte because you've been on this national stage here. But I remember seeing Sainted Trap Choir. Was it right after the pandemic, during the pandemic?
Right before the pandemic.
Right before it, that's right,
Yeah.
at the Fillmore. And I was blown away by this genre of music and this show. I'd never seen anything like it before. A combination of gospel and trap and rap. It was just, it spoke to my soul. And now tell me about where you guys are.
I'm telling you, honestly, if I could sum it up in one word, it would be grateful. Just so grateful. I mean, because yes, Sainted started in 2020, but my music career and everything I've been doing it for over 25, 30 years.
It's amazing.
So it is crazy to see what can happen in just a little bit of time if you just follow your curiosity.
If you follow your curiosity, and how have you followed your curiosity?
Well, daring to redefine yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I say that, you know, in the context of Sainted, right? Because before Sainted, most of my work was focused on, or musically, gospel music and Black church, which is still the root and foundation of everything I do. But to then, like, have this idea, have the courage to share the idea with Fannie Mae, and who then, you know, takes that idea and says, I love it. Are you in my head? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So I think if one takeaway is just the power of collaboration, right? If you know, in Charlotte, if you're an artist, if you're a creative, if you're an entrepreneur, right now, if you're not collaborating, you're losing.
Amen. If you are not collaborating, you're losing. And I feel like Charlotte is a place where people really do look out for each other and they really are trying to collaborate. That's been, at least in my experience. And I see you doing that so much. And, you know, even with America's Got Talent, so can you kind of walk me through? I know that maybe I was blown away by this journey. So Simon Cowell is a huge part of your journey.
Absolutely.
Walk me through it.
Man, you know what's so crazy is that we spent most of 2023 in Hollywood. On somebody else's dime, by the way.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Which is amazing. So for those who don't know, Sainted Trap Choir, we're basically a choir that does cover songs, right? We cover trap music, we cover hip hop, we cover gospel. And of course, on the show, we've covered some of our favorite hits, from Madonna to Prince to Show Me Love, Robin S., all of these things. So
Purple
we did.
Rain made me cry. It was phenomenal.
Listen, it made me cry watching it back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so long story short, we did season 18. We made it to the semifinals. We gave it our all. We gave it our best. And America didn't vote us through. But when we left that process, it was like a sense of pride. For those who don't remember, our last episode, we wore the Barbie pink, right?
Yes.
And we took America to the cookout for the most part. And but it was such an amazing experience. I mean, we were there for 10 days at a time preparing to go live before a studio audience and 18 million viewers.
Just a casual 18 mil.
Just a casual 18 million. But what an honor and what a privilege it is to basically be in a boot camp of greatness, focusing only on your craft, you know what I'm saying, in Hollywood at that. So we did that. When we got voted off the show, Simon, in between commercial breaks, he was really distraught. He came up to, some group members that were sitting in the audience, and he's like, this will not be the last time you hear from us. This won't be the last time you hear from me. I don't know what's going to happen, but just know that. And he stayed true to his word. The next thing we know, a few months go by and we get a call from Simon inviting us to record a spinoff show, which Fantasy League, which is the best of the best talent from the America's Got Talent universe, winners who have won in the past or been finalists. And here we are. We hadn't won. We hadn't been finalists, but we were handpicked by Simon Cowell for this show.
How many people can say that?
I don't know. What, about 20 of us
Yeah,
who
right.
went? But so it was just an incredible experience, Meredith. And this time the stakes were a little higher, even though the reward was lower. The stakes were higher because we had less and less time to prepare. 3 to 4 days. And I'm telling you, for those who've never done a show like this, it is no joke. We fly out early that morning. As soon as we land in LA, we have enough time to put our bags down, and then we're straight to rehearsals.
Whew.
Literally. There's no time.
downtime.
And then for those who did tune in, it's just like what we said. It's just a little more intense than even what the show showed. We can be preparing, and we don't know if the song is going to clear or not. So when people saw that story of Purple Rain clearing or first not clearing, that was real. And it was a moment I'll never forget.
Well, I feel like you could just feel the emotions watching that, the behind the scenes, everything. And it's so good to hear from the person that was there. That was fully real.
Whew, fully real. Real.
God, it was incredible. And
Thank
so
you.
you come back to Charlotte, but then you have so many other things on your plate. Now the world is opened up to you guys and you're getting booked left and right.
Yes.
So then you go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And but even before the Super Bowl, we did the Grammys. And here's the thing. I think I want people to be encouraged because sometimes you can feel like your time is up. You can feel like maybe I missed a moment. Maybe I missed a window. And to be honest, maybe you did. But that doesn't mean another moment won't come. That doesn't mean another door won't open. You know what I'm saying? I think
rejection is redirection.
Oh, my God. Do y'all hear that? Rejection is redirection. And that's so true. And I've found that to be true in multiple areas of my life, right? So, we do the Grammys. I get a call from Fantasia, who is also a Charlottean. Everybody knows she's the star of the Color Purple.
Yes.
Which, by the way, for those who don't know, I helped vocally prep her for that role for Color Purple, getting her ready for the auditions, getting her ready as she was filming and stuff like that. And so she says, Dennis, I got a big moment coming up for the Grammys. They want me to do the Tina Turner tribute. So I said, okay. She says, but I just feel like it's missing something. And and her exact words, I want you to do what you did for that choir on America's Got Talent. Because she saw Purple Rain and she just kept going crazy over it. She said, I've watched this 3 times and I've cried 3 times, right? So I was like, well, let me see what I can do. So I get to work. I pull some of Saint It into the studio and we create like a little choir part to put a nice little button on her performance, which she wound up using those choir vocals for her performance. So we did the Grammys. And I got a call also from Adam Blackstone, who I've been working with for a few years now. For those who don't know, he's like a musical director for celebrities. I mean, any award show, any he's there. Anyway, he says, I need an arrangement of Lift Every Voice and Sing. We're doing, the anthems before the show, before the Super Bowl, and so I got to work. I pulled again in Saint It into the studio, tried to create an arrangement based on his direction, and next thing you know, we're flying out to the Super Bowl singing behind Andra Day. I get a chance to meet Post Malone, Reba McEntire.
You didn't tell me this.
Yes, they
Posty?
Post Malone, Reba McEntire, all of them were right next to us in our dressing room. Reba, both of them come into our dressing room like, oh my God, you guys sound like angels. Can we just come warm up with you? Can we,
Stop.
it's just, and then to actually like walk out on the green in Vegas again at the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift up in the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Casual. That's just,
It's just, wow.
But it's meant to happen because
It's meant to happen.
you've worked for this.
Thank you.
And the way that you continue to treat people, and we were just talking outside, I feel like you have this gift where, you know, you're then giving your gift to others, but you're downloading these thoughts and just your talents all the time, but then sharing it with the world. And I'm so grateful for that because it's making the world a better place, and music makes the world a better place.
Thank you.
I mean, truly. So
Thank you for that.
Way to be awesome, and then spread it from Charlotte to other places. Now you need another house out on the West Coast, I feel like.
Thank you. I do. And my dad just said the same thing. He's like, when are you going to get you another house? When God blesses me to have that other house. But I just want to also say, you know, the higher you go up, the more rooms you go in. You really just have to step out in boldness as you're exploring that curiosity. And you can't really give too much what do they say? Credence. You can't give too much attention to what the people are saying.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Good or bad. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. You really can't pay attention to it that much because you don't want to get high on your own supply. And then you don't want, because if you're going for their applause, then you'll also be disappointed when they boo you. You know what I'm saying? And I bring that up because I know it's controversial for some, like the fact that they did Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the Black national anthem before the Super Bowl. And for me, it didn't even cross my mind that it was controversial because I'm just so hype about the moment.
Absolutely.
Right? And being an African American is something that I grew up singing, you know, all the time, especially Black History Month. But as soon as we finished, you know, singing, and then you're seeing all the comments, and of course it hits the Shade Room and hits all these places. But then my dad sends me this Fox News article where Representative Matt Gaetz and all of, like, it was like a whole thing. Yeah. Like, I didn't know. Like, but
I didn't hear about any of this until this moment.
It was like, it was like a Fox News, like, thing where they talked about it and wrote an article, and I'm like, well, of course they don't know me, so it's not an attack on me personally.
Right, absolutely.
But I feel like I say that again to say, whereas you can be having this high moment for yourself, doesn't mean that everybody else will celebrate as with you the same way, because it might not mean the same thing to the people. So I feel like if you just stay focused on your real reason, your purpose for doing some things. You know what your intention
is, and if it is on that higher vibration, you're putting out good energy.
You know what I mean?
You can do no wrong, no matter if there's that dark energy trying to bring you down.
And no matter what context. For me, it was Lift Every Voice and Sing and da-da-da-da. For you, it could be stepping out and go ahead and pitching your idea in front of the board. You know what I'm saying? Just follow your purpose, your passion, and follow God.
I love that. And speaking of following God too, we were talking about this earlier. You had asked God to find you a wife, and then you changed that prayer to God, make me a husband.
Make me a husband.
And then look who you ended up with. I mean, it's literally one of the most perfect couples of all time.
Thank you.
You and Ohavia. So tell me about how you knew that this was your person.
Man. So Ohavia Phillips, dije lo que dije, everybody knows. So the short story of this is, you know, I've been dating a while, single for a while, and like you said, I've just been praying, God, when are you gonna send me a partner? And but all the while I'm still working. But like you said, one day it clicked. It's like, change your prayer. Like, instead of send me a wife, God, make me a husband. Because you first have to become what it is that you are trying to become.
Exactly.
You have to be before you become.
Yeah, be the person you would want to date, be the person you want to marry, and then you find that human.
So when that clicked for me, I started going all in on everything, the pillars of life. So for me, that's, you know, finances, that's spirituality, that's physical, fitness, that's relationship to family, that's relationship to friends. I tried to look at all those life pillars and say, I need to be executing in all of those areas, period, for myself.
For yourself first, yeah.
And, a side nugget to that is a lot of people, I'll just say this, you got to go and be more proactive with positivity. Like, you can't wait on how the day goes for you to feel positive. You literally have to put yourself in the state that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that means, yes, I am spending time in prayer. Yes, I am going to the gym in the morning to get my blood flowing. Yes, I am, watching certain podcasts, listening to certain audiobooks, following people, Tony Robbins, E.T. the hip hop preacher, all these. I am feeding myself constantly, this positive energy.
Exactly. Even if you are not religious or God is not your thing, I love this. It is where you're getting your positive energy and what is filling your cup, whatever that looks like.
Exactly.
And then you're going to be on that, quote, higher vibration.
That higher vibration.
And then you're around the right people or around the right opportunities.
And then that becomes the magnet for the people and the circle that you need to be attracting in your life. So that is, I believe, how Ohavia came into my life, is because now that I'm going all in on personal development and just vibrating these things, boom, I didn't know who she was. She came to volunteer at my nonprofit organization, Inspire the Fire, to help the kids. And even then she did it. I'm like, oh my God, who is, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, who is this woman?
This amazing woman?
She is
volunteering.
She's fine, and she has this amazing energy. The kids are relating to her. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. And this was supposed to be the short story, but it was actually some of the young people who was like, I don't know, Unc, you might need to holler at her. Some of the young people,
the kids are gonna let you know.
In the program, I was like, I don't know, because I wouldn't normally date someone that was volunteering in the program, but when COVID hit and the organization shut down and the world shut down,
you're like, this is my chance. It's time to listen to the kids.
Yeah, let me just shoot her a text and see if she wants to meet at the boardwalk. And that was our first date. And from there, we just kept building. And here we are now, engaged. Thanks to Meredith Dean, y'all.
Stop.
Listen.
You set up a beautiful night. I'm glad I could be a small part.
Oh, it was not a small part. Like, for those who don't know, Meredith, as soon as I decided that this is something that we needed to do and we needed to make happen before 2023, I text her, because this is Ohavia's best friend, and I said, I don't know how to get the ring sizes. I don't know what ring to get. I don't know anything. And she says, oh, I got the ring sizes. I know exactly what she wants. And da-da-da-da. And I listened to Meredith. She helped pick out the ring. And her reaction to that was the absolute best.
Yes.
She was like, oh my God, how did you know what I wanted? And I said, ding, 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 ding. So
it
thank you,
worked
Meredith.
out perfectly,
Thank you.
but you had been thinking about this, praying about this for a
Yes.
long time, and you
Yes.
made it a perfect night for her. She couldn't have
Thank
been
you.
happier. And I know it was a perfect night for you
Yes,
too. I mean,
yes.
full of joy. And I'm just also, if you guys want to see even more about their story too, you did with Charlotte's Got a Lot.
Yes.
It was an episode about Black love.
Yes,
God.
yes. Charlotte Love Notes.
Charlotte Love Notes.
Which is crazy. Like, again, and they shot that like shortly after our engagement. So it looked like we planned this whole rollout, and it's
just worked out the way it should.
all worked out.
I love
like,
it.
even for back to Sainted, to have this run that we've just had for like the last 4 weeks of Grammy, Super Bowl, finale for the show, People Magazine, going back to Vegas. It looked like it was like a perfect rollout, but this is what happens when you pursue passion and when you just let God just do what he's going to do. Because I had been praying, Lord, I need a PR, I need a strategist. He's like, oh, I'm the best strategist. And then before you know it, that's how it is.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
God. Y'all, Dennis Reed, you are the best. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
being on
Meredith.
Everybody in Charlotte. Thank you for being
Thank
a
you.
beacon of light for this city, but beyond. And I just can't wait to see what you continue to do on this crazy trajectory that is just
Listen,
it's going to the
The
moon.
year has just started.
Amen.
So, everybody put your feet on the gas. Everybody go after it and approach every day like, this is the moment. This is the day that everything could change. Thank you so much, Meredith. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much. And y'all, we are once again at Everybody Studios here. If you're looking to host your own podcast, want to do some creative strategy, this is the premier studio to do it at in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Meredith Dean, Marinator, and we got Dennis Reed with us. We will see y'all next time.
See ya.